All right, welcome back. Now, I want to deal with a report that surfaced a few hours ago. And it's an update on the attack in San Francisco against the 4-year-old. They've shared video footage of this attack. I've already made a short video for my original channel, and I wanted to make another one for this channel. And I want to drill the point home because I know that the dog experts, they hate when I talk about this. Their lies about how dog attacks against youngsters are fear-based and provoked. It never fails. When these experts touch on dog attacks against the vulnerable, the weak, youngsters, whenever they talk about dog attacks against that demographic, they say that the dog was provoked, that the youngster pulled an ear, pulled a tail, teased it, stole its toy, smacked it. They insist that the young person did something, and they also insist that the dog would never attack them for no reason. That's the implication behind their rhetoric. Oh, dogs would never do something like that. It's not in their nature. Nobody would attack a kid for no reason. That's what they want you to believe. Because after you believe that, then you'll believe when they say that it's fear-based or that the kid did something to the dog, you just didn't see it. Now watch this.
It was unprovoked and unexpected. These are the seconds leading up to a 4-year-old getting attacked.
Does that look like the dog was afraid of the boy? Huh?
Expected. These are the seconds leading up to a 4-year-old getting attacked.
Notice how the dog's attention was completely on its owner. And the owner looking directly at the dog. Dog trainers say that this guy is doing the right thing. This is what the so-called experts tell you that you should do. You remember, I just shared a video where a dog trainer said that if you get the dog's attention and force the dog to pay attention to you, that's a good way to keep other people safe. He specifically said that when young people walk by, get your dog's attention and make your dog pay attention to you instead of the child. He just said that. That channel called Top Bullies, the host of that channel said that. And I said that's a lie. Its instincts will override your stupid training.
Unexpected.
And you saw that in this video. Now you can see they're both looking at the dog. I believe the kid started running because of the dog. I believe the mother saw the dog. I believe she looked at it right in this moment. I believe she's looking at the dog. And she tried to pretend like it was a good doggy. She tried to trust it. Tried to walk past without keeping her kid safe, and it backfired. But see, being such a young person and not being brainwashed, the 4-year-old saw the insanity of his mother. I want y'all to listen close. This 4-year-old saw the insanity of his mother. And of course, the 4-year-old recognized the insanity of this dog owner. And the 4-year-old recognized the fact that this dog has no place in society and that the dog is a threat. This is why I say people 13 and under are terrorized in this country, especially so inside the homes where their nutter parents have dogs. But there was nothing about this scenario that was fear-based. Now, I know a lot of nutters will say, well, he was running. He shouldn't have been running. Kids can run whenever they want. And you can shut your stupid nutter mouth. Now watch how this dog behaves after it launches the attack.
Appeared out of nowhere, charged towards him, chased him, and pinned him down and bit him really viciously.
The nanny called the mom frantically as the 4-year-old screamed and bled on the sidewalk. The dog owners can be seen blocking their unleashed dog from continuing.
No, they are not seen blocking it. They're chasing it. And their own dog is running away from them, is trying to avoid them because it wants to continue to attack the 4-year-old. Because dogs, before they are anything else, they are child predators. Say it with me, nutters. Dogs, before they're anything else, are child predators. They get off on attacking them. And they attack them just to see them in pain and just to see them die. No other reason, for fun. The exact same reason why they kill livestock. They don't eat those animals, so why are they killing them? Why are these mutants expending all that energy to kill? It's because they just get off on killing.
Continuing to attack the boy as he tried.
You heard that, right? Even the journalists, the media acknowledge that the dog is still actively trying to attack the boy.
The dog owners can be seen blocking their unleashed dog from continuing to attack the boy as they tried to get the dog under control. The nanny says the couple went.
Where's all that magical training now, nutters? Where's all that magic that you're performing on the dog's brain where you got control over the dog's brain? Nutters, arrogant narc nutters. That's why I call these people arrogant.
Back to their table to finish their meal, didn't apologize, and didn't leave their contact info.
Didn't apologize, didn't leave their contact info. That's why you need a man that could have walked up and socked that fool in the mouth. How you gonna walk away, your dog just attacked my 4-year-old? And sit down and continue to have your meal? You'd have been wearing your meal and my knuckles. Wow.
Leave their contact info.
Yeah, I couldn't believe this happened to my son. And I mean, I was shocked and I was heartbroken. And I wish it happened to me instead of him.
It's been almost 2 weeks since the attack. The family wants to keep their identity private, but decided to speak out, hoping to find the couple.
These idiots still don't have control of that dog. Now, if you would have talked to that nutter owner in this moment, he would have told you about how well trained the dog is. He would have told you, look at it. See how it's paying attention to me and only me? Look at how good my training is. You know he was that type of nutter. And while he was looking eye to eye with the dog, as they were gazing in each other's eyes, a kid walks by. And all that magical training out the window. This is why I refer to these things as trash, demonic organisms that don't deserve to live in this world. Especially don't deserve to be taken care of by human beings. seeing that the kids of the human beings are the favorite victims, favorite targets of these mutants. If humanity had any morals whatsoever, they would euthanize every worthless mutt on the planet just for the safety of their youth. When you add in all the other things, you got to conclude people are out of their minds. Any level of acceptance of dogs in society, that's proof that you're kind of out of your mind. If you want to test your sanity, you want to examine the sanity of a random person, get their thoughts on dogs. Ask them if they believe dogs belong in human territory. You ask them that. Ask them if they have a dog, if they love dogs. Ask them if they would go over a person's home who owns dogs. If they say yes to any of those questions, stay away from them. It is time we separate ourselves from these people. These are immoral, sick people. They're unwell. You are looked at as a criminal if you watch a crime go down and say nothing about it. They say you may as well have participated in the crime. Let's say you have a cell phone on you. You see a rape in progress. You see child abuse in progress, and you refuse to call the authorities. You may as well be participating in that crime. That's how I look at people who embrace the presence of dogs in society. Even if you're not a dog lover, if you accept dogs in society, you're the type of person who would allow a dog in your space if the dog belongs to your friend, if it belongs to a relative. You're willing to go over to a relative's home who owns a dog. No, thank you. I'm not coming with you. We won't make good friends. I think we need to hold dog people up to scrutiny and make them face the fact that dogs are child predators. They attack them because they know they can't fight back. Dogs know that even if the kids fight back, that they can overpower them. And that's the only reason they attack them. Understand, people, if these dogs were afraid, if that dog that we just watched in this video was truly afraid of that 4-year-old, it would have stayed behind that cage. It would have looked at the kid and turned back around, just like they do when they're afraid of other dogs. Have y'all ever watched how dogs behave when they're afraid of another dog? They go out of their way not to make eye contact with those dogs. They don't turn face and charge like what you see here. Nothing about that fear-based. But you got these so-called professionals out here pushing that rhetoric, right? Good luck to you. I don't think the audience of dog lovers is currently growing as fast as the dog critics. At least on a one-by-one basis. For example, my channel, one of the other content creators' channels, I believe their individual channel is growing faster comparatively to these dog channels. I believe if 10 people visit our channel, 10 people visit their channel and they're neutral, they're going to side with our channel because we simply make sense. Dog culture does not. and I haven't really focused on this as much as I should have. Dogs zero in. They zero in on toddlers. Look at how fast the dog made the decision to attack. They don't hesitate at all. They want to attack as soon as they see them. And understand that 4-year-old wasn't even moving fast. He wasn't even running when the dog decided to attack him. As soon as it saw. And again, if y'all want to say, oh, it's because he's moving, what are you saying? That we can't move, we can't jog, we can't run? And we're at fault if we get attacked for running? Especially with kids, understand. It's a medical necessity that kids run. That's part of how they develop physically, neurologically, and mentally by running. Why do you think they're so full of energy? And that's why dogs don't belong in our territory. Because the natural behavior of human beings throughout the duration of our life is incompatible. Dogs launch attacks for reasons that are a part of the norm among human beings. They view our gestures of affection as threats, as a reason to attack us, as us challenging them. You really can't make this up. They said that when you hug a dog, it feels claustrophobic. It feels like it's being restrained, which tells you what? They are the exact opposite of people. What's seen as a challenge or whatever in the mind of a dumb mutant is not seen as that among other things, natural organisms. No way around that. Now, another story surfaced a few hours ago that I wanted to touch on real quick. I'm going to do a short video for this one. I think I already recorded it. Calling out these so-called trainers, so-called experts. But a 23-year-old woman was killed. This was reported a few hours ago. Killed by her own dogs. And I had to really get into the story in order to find that out because, like I said, they try to conceal that information. Look at the headline. Woman, 23, killed in dog attack. Died on her birthday. Tributes have been made to the 23-year-old who died in the dog attack. Look at this. Who died in the dog attack at a house. Look at how they bent over backwards not to put the fact that these were her dogs in the headline. So pathetic. These people are so pathetic and weak. Face up to your misbehavior, to the behavior that gets many of you killed and other people killed all the time. So they arrived at the scene shortly before midnight. Despite being treated, she was pronounced dead. The dog was destroyed. There were other dogs in the home. Okay. And her sister said, "My heart is shattered once again. I really tried my best to help. I'm sorry, Nicole. I love you so much. It feels like a bad dream." So her sister was trying to help, but couldn't stop the attack. How reassuring is that? Right? For the young people. The adult there is supposed to protect you from the dog if it decides to attack you. Well, guess what? The adult need help too. People don't know what they're doing. You know what these dog lovers, these adults, they're putting themselves in a position to be made a fool out of by toddlers. Most toddlers got better sense than dogs, especially their sense of danger, the threat that dogs present. They're far more receptive than these brain dead nutters. Now look at this. People in the community are numb. It is awful news. The girl was very young. He said police had cordoned off the home where the attack took place and believed the family had recently moved from another parish and were living in rented accommodation. Look at that. They received the report and attended an incident where a woman, 23, was killed following a dog attack at a domestic residence. Really? Did she live there? Why not say her own home? Attacked by her own dogs. They avoid putting that out there on purpose. If they do include that information, they wait if they include it at all. Woman was pronounced dead at the scene. Body was removed from the scene. Look, the dog believed to be involved in the incident has now been destroyed. A number of dogs have been... Whose dogs were they? They ain't said yet that they were her own dogs because they're ashamed of it. Pathetic, spineless, cowardly nutters, you're ashamed of it. Every single report they do this. They will be hesitant or won't share the fact that it was her own dogs. Y'all hate sharing the betrayal of these mutants, which is a pattern of betrayal because it exposed the fact they're not loyal. Other pets, they're not attacking their owners. Other pets truly are loyal. Dogs are not. That's why y'all don't like sharing that information. There's no greater disloyalty than an attack to the death. It's seen as betrayal if you slap your partner once across the face. Your lady might leave you after that first slap. It takes a totally different character to kill, to sustain the attack until death. And that's the character that these dogs reveal in cases like this. That's why they're always reluctant to share with us that it was the victim's own dogs. Look at this. Minister for Social Protection said, "I'm absolutely appalled by the news that a woman has died following a dog attack. The investigation is underway. It's important we establish the facts on what happened. I've consistently said more action is required." These were her own dogs. And it sounds like she had multiple dogs. The dog that killed her, they said they confiscated it and that they had to restrain 2 more dogs. So this sounds like a person, one of those people who were dog hoarding, right? 4, 5, 6, 7 dogs inside of one house. Crazy. But this is the most information they gave on who owned the dog. They just said several other dogs at the home in a village. So this was a small village. These were definitely her dogs. And not once did they point that out. They did not point that out anywhere in this article that these were her dogs. And you know that these were her dogs. That's pathetic. That is pathetic. As I witnessed the cowardice of dog culture, that confirms that they know that they are an immoral group of people. Young people, if you're a young person and you've joined some nutter group, get out of it right now. You should not want to be caught dead with this type of group. They teach you when you're young to be careful about the people you surround yourselves with. You don't want to surround yourself with people with character like this. You know what type of trouble these people will get you into? You'll be hanging out with these jokers. That dumb dog launched an attack. Now you're involved in a possible killing of a possible 4-year-old. You don't hang around people like this. Keep your distance. Shout out to everybody able to join me for this brief live stream. And I hope you can join me on the next as we continue with this crusade.